We're here with Sizwe, 30 under 30 on Forbes.
Thanks.
Well done, what an achievement. Obviously, I just want to ask you just a few questions about what you spoke about and also entrepreneurship and initiatives like this. Let's get your thoughts. So I'm sure you're familiar with the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor GEM report. In 2012, it didn't show favorable statistics towards entrepreneurship in South Africa. We lag behind sub-South African statistics. Some of the statistics, for example, entrepreneurial activity dropped from 9.1% in 2011 to 7.3% in 2012. So that is worrying because entrepreneurship is the heart of business, the heart of jobs. So on this, do you think exposing youth to entrepreneurship by a conference of this nature, the Young Bucks School Entrepreneurship Conference, will result in more entrepreneurial activity amongst our country's youth and adults?
Well, personally, just to start off with the comment around the stats, it's really heartbreaking. If we lack like this in business, how are we going to be in the next 10 years? I'm just thinking now. I'm just trying to visualize how many jobs are we going to create if there's a lack of entrepreneurship? How many economic growth activities are there going to be if we lack now? So, personally, I think conferences like this, actually, they trigger. You need to start triggering the mind because it all starts in the mind. So if you work on more triggering the young people's mind, start triggering the mind, show them what potential do they have. Like for instance, everyone can come up with a brilliant idea using simple stuff, statistics, newspapers, pictures, everything. It proves that you can come up with an absolutely brilliant idea, regardless where you're from. And that's what these conferences and other conferences need to start triggering the mind, because it starts with the thinking. If somebody thinks that they can do it, they've got a brilliant idea and they can do it, and then they'll actually start taking action. So for me, conferences like this are actually good because they trigger the mind. It's not just about coming here and enjoying, but most of all, they have to trigger the mind.
And on your comment, I wish I had to be here earlier with Charles, because that's exactly what we did. Charles was here and we went through the newspapers and you had to see the ideas that these kids were coming up with. They all pitched. Maybe you should watch one or two of the videos. We filmed some of them. They came up and they pitched these ideas that they came after looking through these newspapers. So it's really possible. So how has this conference inspired and equipped youth to choose that entrepreneurial path?
I was looking at it when I was speaking. I wasn't here when Charles was speaking, but I was looking at it when I was speaking. Some of them were like, and actually most of them were like, every time I said something interesting, winning the 100,000 Rand grant amongst national businessmen who've been in business for years, they were actually like, ooh. Those are the things that actually show them, what, you can make things happen. And then I think that has triggered their mind. Me being here and being at a conference, and then for them being at a conference like this. And the nice part is that they could relate.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
This is the guy that lives next door to my house. How possible does he do it? How can he do it? That means I can do it. If he can do it, same place, same background, same lifestyle, but he's chose to do it. And he's making it. Forbes, SAB, Cape Town's most promising entrepreneur. I just forgot to mention that, but I also want that. And those are the things that motivate young people. You know what? That guy, I look up to him. And that's the guy next door to your house. He's not special. He doesn't live in roundabout somewhere or in a nice mansion in Sandton. He lives next door to your house. And those are the things that really inspire people. And for them being here, I think it's a privilege. It's just that they have to make sure that they use it.
Okay, so let's keep on this initiative. So what do you think of the fact that the provincial government, Department of Economic Development and Tourism and organizations like the Cape Chamber of Commerce have come on board this initiative?
Well, it's really great. First things first, it shows, thumbs up to them. It shows that, they're supporting economic development. And not only economic development in projects that are doing now, in businesses that are operating now, but actually showing that, we need to invest in the future. Because as I see, the future, these kids, come 15 years down the line, these kids are going to be the engine of the country. And if we do not start investing in them now, what are you going to have? You're not going to have any businessman. So, thumbs up to them for being part of this. It's a really great initiative, and they should really start supporting young people, because young people, as I said, they've got a lot of energy. They just need to drive it into the right things. Rather than driving into the wrong things and all the wrong doings, they need to take all the energy, imagination, innovation, and drive it into the right things, then things will become really, really good in this country, and the economy of the country will actually boom. So, thumbs up, keep on doing the great job, develop young people, and also the current businesses that are still there, but I say thumbs up to them for actually investing in the future, because that's the future. These guys are the future.
Yeah.
We the future. These guys are the future. 30 years, I'll be the next Bill Gates, who knows?
Why not? Great. Last question is, what do you think of the fact that a private individual, in this case Alexander McLeod, through a private company, in this case Young Bucks, are making their business to foster entrepreneurial thinking and initiate entrepreneurial activity amongst high school learners?
Well, high school learners is quite, for me, when he first told me about it, I was like, okay, why do you go for a high school student? And at a later stage, it triggered my mind, high school student, that's where everything starts. I have personal experience of this. This is where everything starts. And most people need to take, and even parents need to take a look at this. If your child messes up her life or his life in high school, it's going to be pretty difficult to go forward. If he starts getting into wrong things, because high school is the foundation. Because once you get to varsity, you're an adult. Nobody takes care of you. You take care of yourself at varsity. If you don't come into class, the lecturer doesn't worry about you. But in high school, what I mean is, it's the foundation. So when he told me that he's dealing with high school students and then primary school students, and I thought, you know what? That's the real age where they could be starting to deal with the young people, so that come after matric, they're equipped. Not just about knowledge, but also in terms of skills, real skills, seeing real things happen, making real things happen, going out there while they're still in high school, making real things happen. When they study business at high school, oh, this is how you do market research. Okay, let me go and do market research practically, because things are only done practically at varsity and only during your fourth year, your last year. That's when you do your practicals. But now they can do the practicals. Still in grade 8, grade 9, they could go out and say, you know what, I learned that there's something called market research at school. Let me go and do it. I've got a business idea. Let me go and do my market research on my business idea. That's really great. And I thought that was really smart and really a good initiative in terms of investing in the future.
Great, Sizwe. If we don't stop on now, I think we'll keep on chatting for another hour. So we'll call it. Thanks so much for your time and for your words of wisdom, and we'll see you around.
Thank you very much. Cool. Thanks.